Or, haha, stall tactics. She's not the vengeful type, but she correlates with like the pack mentality that is like throughout this place, especially with the fucking saint of it. So part of her would be thinking about that. But
keep in mind, there's a difference between unity and being a pack. There's soldiers that devote themselves to Lovisa the Vanta and Scalekeeper Thorestia because they believe in brotherhood of arms. No. Being a pack is very different.
God damn it, dogs.
And that's what alllll is implying. There's a leader in the pack. There's an alpha. There's the one that decides what you get to hunt. The head of every pack is Mad Stalker Sylvia. That's why she gets to choose what you get to hunt. If she's generous, she'll pick one of your targets. If she's not, then you pick someone else's or her own. And the pack doesn't keep weaklings. Not necessarily. Not outside of good grace. Which, given she's the goddess of vengeance, you can imagine how far her good graces go. So yeah. Abigail is for rapport, bonds, ardor, passion, sure. But make no mistake, Abigail is, in the end of the day, hey, she's not evil designation anymore, so that's pretty cool. But she is still about herself. And she doesn't just want to just enter a pack. A pact of packs, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that's sort of where I'm sort of thinking as well. Because if that's the case, if he's kind of got our own stuff going on too, may not be quite willing to. I don't know. She's a bit selfish as well, I think.
I'm still thinking how Abigail has access to.
Well, what would happen if? I'm trying to think. Like, do we all have to take it to become this like quote unquote pack for it to sort of work? I guess.
It's a test of devotion to the hunt for Ruhan.
So he needs all of this.
Well, let me continue. So it's a test of devotion for him, of commitment, not devotion. And he makes a big claim, killing a fairy which has been around since time immemorial. He's testing a commitment which could last eternity as a mortal. If you want to fight something that spans multiple lifetimes, we need multiple lifespans to compensate. Your children, if you have any, if you birth any, might also be included in the pack. Maybe.
It sounds like a bloodline curse.
Remember how I said the true gods, there are some fell gods which are more true than some true gods? Welcome to one of the true gods that is almost fell. Right next to Zolgir Fenazar. There's a reason why Nevros pay homage to Mad Stalker Sylvia. I'm not saying every time it's a bloodline thing. I'm saying it could. Depends on what you're trying to hunt. If you just want to kill one other mortal, like he, killed my sister. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father.
That's his name.
That's a lot lighter of a sentence than Onibaba. But big claims require equivalent size claims on your own half. That being said, Abigail does have something. I'm just trying to figure out how through what avenue she got it. Oh. That could work. As you guys are pondering the matter. Oh god, this makes so much... Okay, I'm actually loving this now. As you guys are pondering the matter, Abigail pipes up, speaking to Adriel. Adriel, my bad. We face an otherworldly being which is offensive to multiple gods, multiple fell gods, likely as well. And we are behooven to multiple gods ourselves. I could speak for myself in being devoted to Maltife Seshub, and now recently, just things out from it. Heartbroken Alicia. Andrew raised an eyebrow. He knows where this is going. It's so tricksy.
Yeah, he's about to get lawyered.
Sort of. Our hunt is holy. With or without Mad Soccer Sylvia. And from the sounds of it, she says, looking at bleeding Ruhan face, we're going to need all the help we need. From any god. I know the hunting mistress cooperates with her fellows. We cannot devote ourselves to you alone. For they might need our aid as well. I believe rather aptly Saint Silva proves that. Might we receive your aid without eternal devotion? He looks at the rest of you. He looks at her. He looks at the rest of you. She's very tricksy, that one. That's why I love her. I won't judge you. He looks at the eye. She will. It's really weird looking at the eye. Its pupil grows wider and wider and wider and wider. Wider still, till the point where the pupil is the full fucking eye. It's just a dark bead. Still fleshy and visceral. It's very weird. And then it begins to change. It begins to morph. It begins to... I say dilate, not in like a pupil sense, but the eye itself begins to grow and shrink and grow and shrink. Like a stress ball. It eventually settles itself on size and the internals of it, the pupils and such, the iris rather. It's changing and changing still. Until it settles once more into a different type and style entirely of eye. Still the same dimensions of Ruhan's original eye, because, he has bigger eyeballs than most of you. I think all of you would recognize it's a pretty standard thing, especially the not the homages, the analogies to it. It's an eye of a falcon. Huh. Falcon eye. Adro looks a bit, I don't want to say defeated, because as Prostiega, it is his job to be a facilitator of Mad Stalker Sylvia's will. But he's a bit askance, surprised. But he's accepting. He picks up the eye and goes over to you, Ruhan, and presents it to you. And it's looking you dead in the eye to eye. It doesn't turn, deviate, blink. Well, it doesn't have the capacity of blinking, but it is like an AI locked onto you. And the whole while he's holding it in his open palm, walking closer to you, it's just tracking your eye. Eye tracking. Haha. Easy jokes.
What do I do with it?
Put it back in. Don't worry, I'm sure it will snap right into place.
He just looks and see him clench up as he takes it. Starts shoving it back in.
You don't have to shove too much, actually. As you get it just into the beginnings of the socket, it just sort of...
That's a gross sound effect.
You're welcome.
It's
It's not a good thing to hear. In character, it's not a good thing to hear.
It's like pouring some jelly down
True
a
to
pipe.
what AJDL said, it does, I guess not really so much a snap, but pop into place. It moves by itself into your eye socket. And you can feel it reconnect. I say reconnect. Reconnect. It is sort of your eye still, right? It connects back in. And you blink. It doesn't hurt at all, weirdly enough. It just feels really tingly. I guess it sort of hurts in like a very superficial sense, I don't know, as painful as a brain freeze. And probably equivalent duration as it retethers itself into your nervous system. The thing that took it, that thing that damaged it, did similar things to your nervous system, although from a different spot. As it retethers itself into your brain, I guess, eye nerves, optic nerves, you just blink a couple times and you regain, that depth perception and things like that. So a couple of things happen. It's a magic item, sort of. It is a boon. It is like what they have in Tasha's now, one of those things. It is a boon. So the first thing is it is its own independent thing out from you. So keep that in mind. You cannot be surprised even while incapacitated or unconscious. So if you're asleep, it will still keep tabs on the environment around you. Just in a general sense. So you can never be surprised ever, combined with the Uven rune. So that's for number one. Number two is you can activate the eye for 1 hour. I'll type this out at a point. Don't worry. I'll make a card for it. For 1 hour, you have advantage at seeing through illusions or glamour or any other deception, be it perception or investigation rolls. So if you guys need to go meet with a fae, activate that sucker. Number 3 is you have dark vision out up to 60 feet. So I think you. Oh wait, no, you already have dark vision. No, you do have dark vision already.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Well, that's a shame. Man, if one of the other you guys sold your eye, you guys can all get dark vision.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Oh, not blind sense. What? It's not true sight. True sight's very different. But it's sort of similar there. You can see invisibility.
Oh yeah, so you can see invisible or ethereal.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. It's not true sight. True sight is like that plus something else. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I think it's just the invisible.
Yeah, ethereal sight. We'll call it. Whatever.
Oh, you know what? Actually, there is a term for it. Not technically, but there's an invocation that gives you that, and it's called ghost sight.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll call it ghost sight then. That sounds pretty cool. So yeah, we'll say ghost sight to 30 feet. Just check something. And last but certainly not least, well, actually, there's 2 things. I skipped one. I'm an idiot. I'm fairly certain you already have perception proficiency. You gain expertise in perception. Now, last but certainly not least, once per long rest, you get a legendary resistance, but only against charmed or frightened effects. Doesn't take a reaction, you just call it in.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes.
Now here's the fun part of it. I know this is all fun, but the funner part of it. In technicality, the eye can install itself into any of you guys. If you got an open slot for it. Or it can make an open slot in you.
That sounds so much worse.
It has to be a willing creature though, so you can't just use it to go blind up all your enemies or something. I choose you, and then you throw the eye at someone and it blinks their face and then digs into their eye and then suddenly they're half blind. No, it has to be.
Alright, just kidding, I take it back.
Haha, come here, eye. Come here. So it doesn't require attunement technically, because it could enter anyone's eye at any point in theory. So yeah, this is the unerring eye. My bad, but always needs the thou unerring eye. Man, it's a good thing, Abigail. The DC was 30, so that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
You guys are entering big league stuff now. Talking to
oh my
other
God.
dragons and bahooning yourself to Mad Stalker Sylvia. Again, there have been sometimes Mad Stalker Sylvia called off hunts, and every one of those times is because another god asked her to. She's mad and she's a stalker and she's a hunter and all that sort of stuff, but she's not stupid enough to get into a civil war with another god. Another true god at that. Marvel Avengers Civil, or no, it was Captain America Civil War, right?
Yeah.
Stalker Sylvia Civil War. Easy quote. So yeah, this thing reconnects itself to you, and whoa. It also serves as a communion tool to Mad Stalker Sylvia in a general sense. It's not like a fucking red phone to her directly, but it can be used as such. Actually, let me read the spell communion. Okay. That's actually a lot more simple than I thought. Okay, I thought it was like Speak of Dead, but advanced. Well, add that as a thing too. You can cast a commune spell ritually.
I'm assuming limited to her.
Yes, it's limited to her. Her or her saint. If you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for it to just not get any answers. So the second time you cast is 25% chance of failure. The third time is 50, and up until so you basically, at the best luck, cast this 5 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The GM makes this roll in secret. That's cool.
Hey.
Yes.
No, not Joe. You don't want to wear that because if you fall, you're gonna get destroyed. So put some pants and shoes on. Sorry, wasn't at my mute.
No, go put some pants and shoes on. Not wearing pants? Is it hot? I'm wearing shorts. So yeah, you guys have seen and heard this sickening pop. And alllll takes a few steps back and just sort of beholds the eye. The eye can move independently on its own accord, but for 99% of any other time, it is just a normal eye, a normal falcon eye.
Yeah, because if you fall, it's gonna hurt real bad if you don't.
What?
Am I still not muted? Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
It's okay. So yeah, while O is telling, I'm assuming
they're wearing shorts and sandals to go on the motor scooter.
No.
Okay, that's dumb.
Kids have no survival.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So yeah, to the two other of you, what are you doing?
Rose, what are you doing?
Yes.
As Fia, I am looking to Rose.
Yes.
I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
I
is,
think just watching all this, just been like, what?
I want to interact, but I have no lead in, so.